Have you ever tried eliminating sugar from your diet, or at least following a low sugar diet? If so, you have probably already experienced some of the benefits that come along with such a lifestyle change. If not, that's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's episode. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Weik Fitness Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Weik. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode. So on today's episode, I want to talk about what exactly happens when you follow a low sugar diet. We all know sugar is that delicious ingredient that sends our energy levels into orbit, but then we end up getting that crash that seems to soon follow. But you know what? It's yummy. We love our cookies. We love our baked goods, our brownies, our ice cream, our coffee creamer, candy, pastries, cakes, pies, donuts. Donuts. Who doesn't love a good donut? But sugar can make anything taste good. However, when that happens, we tend to, I guess you can say, become addicted in a sense to the sugar high that we get. So the unfortunate thing is that not many people understand how to actually follow a low sugar diet. Now, sugar hides in many of the foods that we already consume. But for that reason, it's important to understand the nutritional needs and what you should consume as a real whole food option and what you're actually taking in that has been refined or that has added sugars in the product itself. When you come to grips with your nutrition and you actually decide to take the plunge and vow to follow a low sugar diet, you'll notice many different changes that happen with your health and your body. Changes that will blow your mind while potentially adding years onto your life. So what exactly happens when you follow a low sugar diet? To start with, number one, weight loss. When you follow a low sugar diet, you have the ability to manage your weight much easier than when you consume sugar throughout the day. When you consume sugar, it triggers your brain into thinking you're hungry rather than satisfied and satiated. Think about that when you eat a donut next time. When you're done eating that one donut, you probably feel like you could eat a second one, right? Sugar is actually the enemy when it comes to weight loss. And when you learn to remove it from your diet, you'll notice the number on the scale slowly start creeping down, even if you're not exercising. The second part is lower blood pressure. Generally, those who consume a lot of sugar are holding on to some extra body fat. That body fat can increase your blood pressure since the heart needs to work harder to pump the blood out to the body. When you're overweight, and especially when you're obese, plaque buildup in the arteries can actually cause blockages. This can be extremely dangerous to your health. Yet, when you're a healthy body weight, sugar alone has been found to raise blood pressure actually independent of your actual weight. The third thing that I want to touch on is you get an improvement in your cholesterol. Those who consume sugar regularly tend to have lower levels of the good cholesterol, HDL, and higher levels of the bad cholesterol, LDL. Levels of triglycerides are generally also higher in those who consume sugar. So when you follow a low sugar diet, you can flip-flop these numbers and improve your overall health and blood profile. When you have elevated levels of LDL, that's the bad cholesterol in your body, you run the risk of clogging your arteries as well as the risk of heart disease. The fourth thing that you'll notice when you follow a low sugar diet is that you'll have more stable energy levels. Now, this is extremely important because I can guarantee on more than one occasion, you fell victim to this. So, as I mentioned earlier, sugar can actually spike your energy levels, but then in the next breath, it can have them drop off just like you're on a roller coaster. But when you follow a low sugar diet, you can better manage your energy levels with the help of whole food items such as complex carbohydrates and healthy fats. A steady stream of energy throughout the day by utilizing healthy macronutrients will actually help you be more productive, as well as keep your mind sharp and focused throughout the day, which is key because I'm sure at 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, maybe even 1:30, you get into that fog, so to speak, and you're like, man, I just can't think straight. I'm not productive. What is going on? It's because of the sugar that you have in your diet. It's that yo-yoing effect of your blood sugar that creates that fog. The fifth thing that I want to talk about is it's going to clear up your skin. Now, this is something we've all probably seen and noticed as a child. When you consume sugar, you run the risk of acne breakouts. This is actually due to the sugar causing hormonal fluctuations. When you follow a low-sugar diet, you have the ability to clear up your skin and maintain a clear and healthy appearance. A clear mind and clear skin is always a good thing. The sixth thing that I want to talk about is it helps prevent cancer. Now, some cancers have been found to be triggered by sugar, such as pancreatic cancer. Additionally, cancer cells themselves feed off of sugar. So when you have cancer and you consume foods that are higher in sugar, the growth and the speed of cancer can actually be sped up. It's for that very reason that when someone is diagnosed with cancer, doctors have them limit their sugar intake, if not eliminate it altogether. So why not be proactive now and follow a low sugar diet now and potentially help prevent cancer from ever forming? The seventh thing that I want to talk about is that it can lower your risk of diabetes. Now, when you consume a lot of sugar, you can actually become insulin resistant. This is one of the most talked about topics when it comes to sugar consumption and the health risks. What happens is that sugar cannot be removed from the bloodstream and shuttled into the cells. This can actually cause you to run the risk of becoming diabetic if the body's natural insulin production cannot control the sugars in the blood. Diabetes can cause you to become insulin dependent and cause you to need insulin shots or medication, or maybe both, for the rest of your life, depending on the severity. If you follow a low sugar diet, you have the ability to drastically reduce the risk of ever having to worry about the disease at all. The seventh and last thing that I want to talk about that is a benefit to following a low sugar diet is that you're going to feel satiated. This is so important in my opinion. The consumption of sugar releases the hunger hormone ghrelin. Now, what this hormone does is it makes you feel the sensation of hunger. So this ties in with weight loss due to the fact that, you can maintain satiety, and you can manage the food that you consume during the day as well as your cravings. So you want to focus on some type of low sugar diet. And then that's going to allow you to better manage the release of ghrelin in your system and not feel starved throughout the day. And what ends up happening is you then overconsume food. What does that do? Well, it potentially leads to weight gain. So factor in all of these 8 points that I talked about that are all benefits of following a low sugar diet. If you can lower your sugar or eliminate it from your diet completely, you have the ability to completely transform your health and body right before your very eyes. And it won't take very long for these effects to start taking place. So I urge you all, look at your diet currently. Are you drinking regular soda? If you are, consider removing that from your diet. Maybe if you have to, switch to something like a diet. Maybe you eliminate it completely and switch over to some type of diet tea. Ultimately, I would love for you to get to the point where you're drinking just water throughout the day. Water is amazing. It's going to help clear up your skin. It's going to help you stay rehydrated. There are so many benefits of just drinking water throughout the day. Not only that, but it's 0 calories. So it's not like you're going to be taking in a whole bunch of liquid calories that could ultimately have you gaining weight in the long term. So that's the main point that I wanted to get across today, are the benefits of pretty much reducing and eliminating sugar from your diet. I would love to hear your feedback. Do you follow a low sugar diet? Have you seen the benefits for yourself? I would love to hear how your life has changed. Feel free to reach out to me. You can head over to the website, weikfitness.com, if you're not listening to this on there already. If you're listening on iTunes, Thank you so much. I hope you're subscribed. I hope you're getting these in your inbox every single week. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. Please subscribe. I would love to see your feedback. I'm loving, trying to grow the channel. It's something new that I've been doing with YouTube at least. Obviously, it's a little bit different as it's not really video like you would think from YouTube, but rather I'm putting the audio onto YouTube to allow you to have another platform that you can listen from. Because me personally, I love watching YouTube. So the podcasts that are also on YouTube, I just listen to the podcast on YouTube because I'm already there. So if you're already on YouTube, please consider subscribing. Head over to our social media. Give us some feedback. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Everything is at Weik Fitness. Would love to hear from you guys. Hope you're having an amazing week. I hope you got something valuable from, this podcast episode. If you have ideas that you want to hear for different episodes, let me know. Would love to hear from you. So until next week, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, an amazing weekend, and I hope to see you on the next episode.